Now, 60% of the people think that Bitcoin will not reach 300,000, so that's this line, at the end of 2026, end of next year. In my opinion, we will. In fact, I think we go a little higher to the stock to flow target of 500,000 on average. And that's a very rough model, of course, based on scarcity, stock to flow ratio, and it has a range of 250,000 to 1 million. So the average could be 300,000 or 600,000. That's all good. But at least it will be higher than what most people think.
Bitcoin is on track to shatter expectations and surge far beyond $300,000 before the end of 2026. That's the latest projection from renowned stock-to-flow analyst Plan B. Right now, 60% of investors believe Bitcoin won't even touch $300,000 by then. But Plan B's data is set to prove them dead wrong, because he predicts Bitcoin could climb even higher. His stock-to-flow model, based on Bitcoin's built-in scarcity, points to an average price closer to $500,000, with a range anywhere from $250,000 to a staggering $1 million. Plan B is confident the next cycle will leave the majority of doubters behind and reward the few who stayed in the game. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, as Plan B breaks down why he believes this Bitcoin cycle will outperform expectations.
First of all, Bitcoin closed July at $115,000. That's up $8,000 from $107 last month. And again, that's a new all-time high, as expected. Now, 60% of the people think that Bitcoin will not reach 300,000, so that's this line, at the end of 2026, end of next year. So 1.5 years from now, this is the 300,000 points. 60% of the people think we're not going to go there. In my opinion, we will. In fact, I think we go a little higher to the stock to flow target of 500,000 on average. And that's a very rough model, of course, based on scarcity, stock to flow ratio, and it has a range of 250,000 to 1 million. So the average could be 300,000 or 600,000. That's all good. But at least it will be higher than what most people think. Now, let's look at the cycles. It's an on-chain model. It shows you which cycle the market currently is, and it's still red. It's still in a bull market. All the on-chain indicators point to a bull market, and it's a strange bull market. It's a very long bull market and a very flat bull market. So normally a bull market is a year, maybe a little bit less or more, but about a year, and now we're 1.5 years in already. So it's longer, but that's all okay. And it's also flatter, right? 2013 we went 100x in the red dots. 2017 10x. Last time 2020 2021 about 6 times, and now we're 3 times up, and we're not there yet. The big question, of course, is why isn't price higher than it is right now with all the inflow in the ETFs and the Bitcoin treasury companies buying? I don't know for sure, but what I hear around me is people, investors, rotating out of Bitcoin self-custody into ETFs and MicroStrategy. Maybe not with all their Bitcoins, but then at least with a big part of their Bitcoins. Also to diversify a little bit between the many ways you can hold Bitcoin. And of course, I mean, that's what I did as well. I moved my Bitcoins to ETFs and Bitcoin treasury companies instead of self-custody. Anyway, still red, still bull market, still going up. Then RSI, classical technical indicator. It indicates momentum, upward or downward momentum. Right now we're at 72.5, confirming a solid uptrend, because everything above 50 is an uptrend. everything below 50 is a downtrend. That's only in bear markets. It's RSI, Bitcoin RSI can be below 50. Right now we're at 72. And in my opinion, we will go to 75 next and then explore the 80 plus regions like we did in all the last bull markets. It confirms we haven't seen a real bull market yet. Same for the moving averages. Moving average black line is 51K. The geometric mean is at 44K. It's a gray line. And the interesting thing is they're still diverging. In fact, they're diverging further and faster. And that's confirming that we have not had a real bull market yet, like 2013 when they were diverging, 2017 when the moving average was really diverting from the geometric mean, and also in last bull market you saw this diverging going on to well into 2021. Right now we have almost nothing. It's just starting, so confirms again that this will go on for some while, in my opinion.
According to Plan B, every major on-chain signal is still screaming that this is a long, slow-burning bull market with plenty of fuel left. The relative strength index is steadily climbing and is now approaching the 80-plus zone that historically precedes explosive Bitcoin rallies. Moving averages are starting to diverge for the first time this cycle, just like they did in 2013, 2017, and 2021 before prices went vertical. Even after setting new all-time highs, the market hasn't seen a true blow-off top or the kind of euphoria that ends a cycle. To Plan B, this is a clear sign that the most dramatic phase of the bull run is still ahead. He believes this cycle isn't finished, and that Bitcoin will ultimately punish the ones who doubted it, while massively rewarding the few who held their ground.
Realized cost price. This is on-chain data that all the UTXOs of Bitcoin, all the small fractions of Bitcoin, when were they bought, at what price, what's the average? Well, the average realized cost price is 51, just like the 200-week moving average. And in bear markets, that could indicate a bottom, a floor level. You see Bitcoin dropping to these realized prices. Of course, we're not in a bear market. We're in a raging bull market. Well, not even raging, a starting bull market. But realized price is 51. And the 2-year realized price, you can look at it as a medium-term realized price, is 88,000. It's a blue line. And the short-term realized price, 6 months, is 104,000. That's the first time the 6 months realized price is above 100K. Bitcoin, of course, above all those realized prices at 117. Now, that's classic bull market behavior, right? You can see that in all bull markets, that the 2-year is above the realized, the 6 months is above the 2-year, and then Bitcoin, the red dots, is above them all. So there's no bear markets warning signs whatsoever. Like, this would be a bear market sign, right? If Bitcoin dropped below the 6-month realized price, that's all good. Same here in 2018, red dot below the yellow line. Here in 2014, that's a sign that you should watch out, and a bear market could start. As well as, for example, the yellow line, the 6-month realized price dropping below the blue line, the 2-year realized price. Well, that's not the case at this time. We're still in rising realized prices area where Bitcoin is above all the realized prices, same as in all the bull markets in the past. Now, combined chart with all the information in it from low to high, we have the 200-week moving average at 51,000. The 2-year realized price at 88,000 and Bitcoin at 115,000. The RSI is 72.5, so that's yellow orangey. That's this dot. Like the dots here, although those were 75 real orange. I expect that next, orange, and then maybe red. Well, It should be red, right? If we want to see a real bull market. And long story short, I think we have clear skies ahead.
According to Plan B, there are no bear market warnings anywhere on the chart. This cycle is far from over, and the most dramatic phase hasn't even begun. He predicts that Bitcoin will continue its relentless climb, outperforming the majority of expectations before this bull run is over. And he's not the only one feeling bullish. Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci says Bitcoin could hit $200,000 in 2025, which would push its market cap to around $4 trillion, right up there with Apple and Nvidia. But Scaramucci's long-term vision is far more ambitious. He argues that Bitcoin's true potential lies in achieving a $15 to $20 trillion market cap, comparable to gold's status in the global economy. Younger investors are already leaning into that idea, seeing Bitcoin as a modern store of value while the dollar keeps losing buying power. And he isn't alone in his outlook. Standard Chartered also projects Bitcoin reaching $200,000 by the end of 2025, citing growing institutional inflows into Bitcoin ETFs as a key driver. VanEck expects a rise to $180,000 before a retracement, while a GFOX market poll shows a median year-end target of $150,000. But all analysts agree on one thing, that Bitcoin's trajectory depends heavily on Federal Reserve policy and the pace of institutional adoption. For Scaramucci, the mix of ETF inflows, political momentum, and a tightening supply is exactly what can propel Bitcoin into price levels most investors can't even imagine. It's the same outlook Plan B sees coming. A bull run that keeps climbing, shocks everyone who doubted it, and hands the biggest wins to the people who kept holding on. Do you agree with their predictions? Let me know in the comments. If you want to stay most up to date on the crypto and Bitcoin world, subscribe to my daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's a concise resource for the latest expert predictions, breaking news, and top on-chain analysis, trusted by over 90,000 subscribers for insightful crypto investment information. Don't miss out on the opportunity to stay informed in the crypto market. The link is in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and that it gave you some value. I'll see you all at the next one, and as always, all the best.